Good morning, John. Again, I am playing Immaculate Grid, and I'm going to dedicate today's grid number 488 to a trio of Hall of Famers who each had 488 career doubles. That is Jeff Bagwell, the career Astro, Mel Ott, the career New York Giant, and Harold Baines, who I wrote about was in my book, who was all over the place. So we'll see if we have a chance to use one or all of them in our grids today. I'm going to start sharing my screen and we can roll right into it. Incidentally, Mel Ott's kind of interesting because I think Bill James said something to the effect of Mel Ott's home run total was inflated a bit by the dimensions at the Polo Grounds, but you can look at his road stats and everything, and you can clearly see that the man would have had way more doubles and way fewer home runs had he played in a different stadium. I think he said something to that effect. Anyway, let's play grid 488 here. Hit and refresh, hit and go, and away we go. All right, so it's not there. Harold Baines never played any of these positions. All right, I don't get to use them. Let's see here. How about Oral Hershiser? Benji Molina, Barry Zito, 200 wins pitching, Catfish Hunter. Um, Gosh, I'm gonna skip that one. Seaver over here. All right, let's go with Jeff McNeil, um, Adam Kennedy, Mark Ellis. Oop, I'm gonna lose here. 200 wins for the Angels. I've got one I'm gonna save since I'm over anyway. Um, let's see. Does Chuck Finley work? Bartolo Colon will work. That'll probably be the most popular. Oh, maybe not. Oh, Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan took 55%. I don't know why it took me so long to get Nolan Ryan. All right, so minute 30. That's pretty embarrassing. I can come up with that. Gritch leading the way there at 19%. Wally Backman is the most popular Mets second baseman. Maybe I'm playing this a little bit earlier than I usually play it. It's about 7:40 on the East Coast. Um, which I guess I do morning games usually around this time if I play in the morning before my workday starts, or I'll play after my workday, which is usually pretty late at night. Um, May's taking the most. A lot of Catfish Hunter was the most for the A's too. So looking at like this right side of the grid, and Willie Mays, an all-time great, but 7 of the 9 are people who played in the 20th century. Um, Dating as far back as, the early 50s in the case of Mays. Well, with these teams. Um, a lot of 80s in here. It's pretty cool. It's an interesting. I wonder if how this will look if I come back to this grid tonight. Anyway, I'm gonna stop, refresh. It was a little bit of an extended post game interview there, if you will. Let's share the incognito mode here. It's that one. Cool. And we'll hit refresh. All right, so the one I thought of that I didn't play because I wanted to save was Lou Burdett. He still goes sub 1. All right. And that was point 0.2 for Oral Hershiser. Maybe I should have held on to that one a little bit longer. Where to go next? How about, let's see, Norm Seaburn will work for both of these. Jack Quinn will work over here. He goes point 0.3. Um, Who else would make? Because Norm Seaburn I could see being. Yeah, let's go Norm Seaburn here. Less than 0.1. Let's see. Mets Giants. Daryl Strawberry works. Kevin Mitchell works. Daryl Hamilton works. Maybe I go Daryl Hamilton for 0.2. All right, 200 wins. So Warren Spahn works. Seaver works. Nolan Ryan works. I could use Ryan because I never thought of him for Angels 200 wins. Cologne would work, actually. Cologne would have worked for all three of these. Um, Pedro works. Tom Glavine works. Um, so far Warren Spahn is the one that I think would be the. He also would have worked here. I think he's the one that's I've thought of so far that would be most effective. I don't know if Koosman gets to 200 wins. But if he did, he'd be, thought of as a Met mainly, and so I think he would get high marks there, particularly from Mets fans who are on the East Coast mostly. Um, who else? Like, I don't think Leiter gets there. Mike Hampton certainly doesn't get there. I don't think Apier gets there. Um, oh, Hershiser, I think, did get there. I think Cone came just short. I can't use Hershiser, but he'd be an interesting pick there because he's at like 201. I'm gonna go with Burdett's teammate, Warren Spahn. It'd be cool to just have him on the same grid. I don't know how well it's gonna do. 3%. All right. 10% for Wally Backman. So some other options would include Carlos Baerga, Roberto Alomar, Jeff Kent, all who I think were in I guess Baerga and Kent were in trades for each other, and I think, and Alomar was Baerga's, not quite Baerga's successor. He was a couple years later, but over in Cleveland. Edgardo Alfonso also works. Kaz Matsui would be an interesting pick. Um, as Backman gets in there because of his fame with the 86 team. I think Jose Reyes put in a little time over at second base. I don't think that's gonna be great. Luis Castillo works over there. Um, Daniel Murphy will work. So those are some names. Let's go Kaz. Kazuhiro. That's the one. Kazuo Matsui. That's it. 2%. All right, for the Angels, I went with Adam Kennedy, right? Let's see, I could go Velarde. Grich was the leader, which I mean he is the best second baseman in Angels history. It's just he was played such a long time ago. I think he retired in the mid 80s. Um, Figgins, I think, is going to work. Figgins did hit. He's mainly a third baseman, at least in the latter part, but I think he hits all over the place. I'm thinking Eckstein probably works. I gotta believe he got some time over at second base with the Angels. Um, I don't know if there's any like Brewer second baseman that made their way over there, but I'm not thinking of any. Or just utility guys in general. Like Macklemore will probably work. Probably work for both of these. Let's try him. He plays all over the place, but there we go. Sub one. Second base for the A's. Um, what if we, because I didn't use him here, I just mentioned him. What if I go Velarde? He's probably more famous for being an Angel. Man, he had a long career. 2%. It's a lot higher than I thought he would have gotten. All right, and let's close here. San Francisco and Oakland, Bay Area. How about let's do a Mike Morgan. We haven't done Mike Morgan in a little while. Oh, I shouldn't have gone with Mike Morgan because he doesn't work. He didn't play. I think I might have been thinking of, yeah, I guess he never played for the Giants. All right. Well, I'll take the L there. 167 people, and I picked someone who didn't work. Willie McGee would have worked. Um, so I had Zito. Gossage. I think I might have been fusing Gossage and I mean, they're nothing alike as players. I think I was fusing together common teams. So many options. And I was on a pretty good roll with these. Oh well. All right. Well, thank you so much for playing and enduring my failure. And we'll be back at it tomorrow. Peace.